Hello.
Good morning.
How you doing?
Good yourself?
Yeah, not too bad at all. Are you? It's afternoon for you there over there. At the moment,
It is, yes. It's 2:15.
2:15. Okay,
So it's not bad.
terrific.
So it's 10 o'clock your time, right?
Yeah,
Past, yeah.
just after 10.
So you got Ian there as well?
No, Ian will join us when he can. He's still stuck in a meeting. So,
Oh, okay, cool.
but that's all right. If it's okay with you, I'm going to record the whole thing so that just in case he can't make it, he can look back over it all later on.
That's fine, no worries. So I don't have any history of what you have seen, what you have been shown yet. So maybe if you can quickly tell me what your knowledge already is, or
Sure. So we got a business integration overview from you guys back in August last year, sort of outlining, the InTouch product and what you guys can do for us. And it all looks very, very good, except for what's particularly pertinent to me is how the reservation system will work, and how that'll integrate particularly with the hotels. The IT team over here and the hotels guys are a little bit worried about the robustness of it, and if it can't do the full hotel job, which it doesn't sound like it's ready to do yet, then how it can integrate with other systems that do overlay the whole hotel side of things as well. But it did look like you had a reservation product, ResPoint.
That's right, yes.
So I guess I wanted to sort of run through ResPoint with you and just sort of see what it can do when all engines are firing, and see if it's enough for what we want to do, or what we need to look at to add on to it to make everything work for us. I guess that's the main thing. So oh, sorry, go ahead.
What system do you use for your hotel management at the moment?
It's a Japanese system. It's called the TAP system. And
is it TAP?
Yeah, I think so.
Yeah.
And it's horrible. I mean, it's just phenomenally inflexible, and inefficient and slow. I mean, we've got a reservation team, so I guess of 10 to 14 people, when we really should only need a reservation team of sort of 2 or 3. I think if the online system that we have is working correctly, then that's all we should really need. But we've got all these people, because they're all having to fill in all of this stuff by hand, and there's a huge amount of redundancy and anyway, that's one of the reasons why we need to get a new system. But we really want to make sure that we get one that works well going forward.
Does the reservation system need to handle ski school reservations and group lessons, etc. as well?
Absolutely. I mean, we want something that's going to, we want everything to be on the one system, so that and as Alex sort of pointed out to me, we want to be able to see in real time everything that's going on with our resort. I mean, we wanted to be able to take reservations for ski schools. We wanted to be able to take reservations for everything, basically, and to be able to incorporate all the products, so that we can see what's selling, what's not selling, what products are working, what products aren't working. And I mean, that's more for the sales side of things, but we want people to be able to reserve, ski school and stuff like that in advance as well.
All right, cool. So from our point, what I'll go through, and I'll quickly share my screen, so then you can start having a sneak peek at this. So I'll show you my main role here is based on the e-commerce side of things.
Yep.
And I'm not really heavily involved in like the point of sale side of things, but which we have as well. But what I'll show you today is it's one site that you probably see at the moment it's just a template. It's not for showing a graphic user interface, but it's more to show the different product types that we can sell through our e-commerce system, because every product might have a different flow, might have a different requirement for either the end user or the our clients to manipulate the data,
Yeah.
etc. So this side of things is just to show the different types of products. I think you've seen some other sites like Ultimate Hikes,
Yep.
which is more of a combination of a product plus accommodation site, where you select which kind of product, which is a walk, and then you select your accommodation based on the availability. That's a bit more already on depth of that. The user interface that the client, that particular client wanted to create, but it's just to give you an example that the user interface can be kind of anything, because this is more driven by the client. Like you guys would say, oh, we want to have this kind of experience, and the user interface will handle it that way. I assume you also seen the new NZ Ski site, which is this one here. Again, that was more tailored for NZ Ski, based on the user experience, that they want to have a simple and quick flow of people buying a lift ticket.
Sure.
I'm not sure if you went through these sites or not.
I did. Yeah, go ahead.
Sorry?
Yeah, I did that Coronet Peak and the Remarkable ones. The one that's on your screen at the moment. I couldn't get very far in that one. I couldn't really get beyond. Yeah.
I think Alex might have sent you not a right link, or a link that was used for developers, and they were constantly working on it.
Right. Okay.
So not sure if the link that you've provided. I'll see if I can. This one is a live link, so it's live at the moment, and it should work normally as it's supposed to work. But I'll see if I can find another link which points to a test database, and then you can have another play with that one.
Okay. Just letting you know, Colin, Ian's joined us now, so Ian's here as well.
Good morning, Ian.
Good morning.
So basically, what I want to try to show today is the different kind of products, and more tie into your reservation side of things. And
Yes.
I'll show you a bit of that ski school products that can be assigned to people. I assume you have season passes there as well, or any other products that you want to assign to a particular person. And then, booking of normal group lessons, making reservations for other events, or whether it's a special event, or whether it's a snow tubing that you've got a certain capacity for, all capacity based and date driven kind of products.
Yep.
And then I'll have a bit of a show as well on the lodging side of things. On that side, our main drive, or our main use of our reservations is mainly to do with events and ski schools and ski related products. We do have lodging in there, but I'll be honest, there it's not our primary focus. Let me put it that way. But I'll show you, and we'll see how we go.
Okay.
So this site that you see currently is our just a template that shows different products. Don't think I need to go through a normal ticket sales. This is just a product that you're gonna sell, and you put in your card and you check it out. Sorry, I'm on season passes, so I'll go to day tickets. But a ticket product, if I go too slow and the screen doesn't refresh, just let me know, and then I'll click a bit slower.
Okay, it's fine.
But the ticket product, pretty, I'll just delete that season pass out of here. Again, the user interface, the user interface is not relevant to this exercise. It's just a showcase of the product's flow. So normal tickets is just a normal ticket you would add to your shopping cart, and then you check out. It's like you would buy a phone, anything online, put a product in shopping cart, check out, you collect some details of the guest, whether that product needs to be assigned to the guest, you assign it to it. That's pretty straightforward. If you've got questions, let me know. The
so just before you move on to
Yeah.
season passes there, so this is the user interface that is seen by the customers at the moment?
This is an example of a website, like an e-commerce store.
Yeah.
This is just our demo one that we use, and it's fairly simple because we got different flows of products, and to showcase all the different types of products, we just keep the user interface simple because the client wants to put their own interface on it anyway.
Exactly. Okay, cool. Yep, far away.
Yeah, so this is just basically a way of buying a product. So day tickets, simple products. Season passes, they're simple as well. You add it to your card. The only difference with a season product will be that you have an assigned to. So you would buy a season pass for myself or for my child or for my wife, and I can assign it to it straight away. So this way the guests will be created, or a customer record will be created, and the pass will automatically be linked to that person. We work with, we call it associations, which is I can create a profile for myself, I can link my child to it, I can link my wife to it, and I can buy for all my family members passes, assign it straight away to them, and then the product is created and assigned to those people in the backend. Just to show the profile here you can see my profile. If I want to change it, don't disregard the address. I'm not in Alabama. And my family members, which I can add another one if I wanted to, or I can just update my details of mine, for example. So that way I can, as an end user, I can manage my own people that I want to buy for. So that's kind of, we call them assignable products, season passes, lessons, group lessons, anything that you need to have a person's name for, we can assign to it. If I go back to my shopping cart. So that's kind of basically it with a season pass. There is nothing to schedule with that, so I'll show you a bit of the backend later on as well.
Sorry, but that can all be scheduled if it needs to be. Like we can.
Yeah. If you for example want to have a special event ticket,
yeah,
the 1st of January ski, you might create an event and you say capacity is XYZ, or it's unlimited capacity, and you can book into it. There's different mechanisms that you can use. There's other pricing mechanisms. So you could say, well, all the prices that are online, they are all managed through the backend. So if you say my product is $100, or what's Japanese, yen, isn't it?
Yen, yeah.
If it's 100 yen, but on that particular day or in that date range or that school holiday, the tickets are 20% more expensive or 20% discount. You can set all these pricing rules in your backend, and you set them and forget about them. Well, you need to know about them, but the end user on the site will then, depending on the product they select and the date they select or the time of purchase, if they buy that be different. So you can make promotions, say if you buy your tickets in the next 2 days, then you get 20% off. You set that price in there and automatically it flows through your e-commerce, and your price will be adapted accordingly to your rules that you set.
Terrific.
So from a schedule point of view, I'll give you an example of for example, winter activities and tubing. I'm not sure if you have tubing there or not.
Not yet.
But we can say, okay, I want to buy a 1 hour tubing session, and if I want to add it to the cart, and here you will see a difference in the next screen step. It doesn't go to your shopping cart, but it allows you to select a time slot and a date where you want to buy that 1 hour ticket for. So here, again, that comes straight from the back end. If you want to, obviously, I've got 50 capacity on each of those times. If I select 9 a.m. Friday, I will have that in there. If I would add another one, you will see that it's already 49 capacity, etc., etc. If I would continue with this process, this will subtract from your capacity in your backend as well. And I'll show you. I'll flick to REST where you can see the this is what you see here reflected in your backend, for example. So this is a front end, what the end user is seeing from an e-commerce point of view.
Yeah.
If we go to REST, this is what you see as the administrator, operator, whoever runs the reservations. I'm not on the. Quickly going to go and have a look at my was it so winter activity, I think. Where are they? Here, winter activities. So I just want to see my winter activities, and here I've got cross country, ice walk, and snowshoeing. Oh, so was not winter activity. What was it then? Where was my snow tubing? Sorry about that. Deer tubing activities. So here we'll see my schedule, and you see little tiny lines because I'm having the view of a month, but I can change this to, I want to see it today. And here I can see my time slots for today. So you can see tubing is 1 hour from 9 till 10, 10 till 11, and 2 till 3. If I want to create another time slot in between, we can create an additional time slot there. If we want to change the capacity for this time slot for a particular reason from, let's say, I'm going to change this now to 30 because we've got limited staff or something happened or whatever, I can change the capacity to 30 from 50. So this is at 10 o'clock today, 23rd. I'll probably take one for the next day, otherwise I'm not going to see it on the site because it's already passed. So I'll take it tomorrow. So tomorrow at 10 a.m. I edit my capacity from 50 to 30. If I go back to the website and I'll refresh this one, I should have somewhere 30 here. So tomorrow at 10 a.m. my capacity is 30. So straight away you can manage your capacity from your backend, and it flows straight away into your e-commerce side of things. It's same with capacity with your bookings. So if you make a booking on it, you will see what the end user will see if there's any space available. If I want to add an additional slot in there, for example 1 p.m., I can go back to my schedule, and which is this block here. I can add one here. So 1 hour from 1 o'clock. So this is that slot there, and I'll go to my site, refresh it, and I will have on tomorrow I've got one slot there as well that people can select and book onto. So this is kind of our reservation mechanism for scheduled products. So let me know if you've got any questions around that.
Not at this point. That looks good. Far away.
Another, this is a capacity based, or it checks on the capacity. I can have other products that are has capacity 0, which means it's unlimited. So you can have as many people as you want, but still you want people to schedule on a certain time slot. I'm not sure which one I put it like that, but I'll change one here. Let's say I'm changing this one here. Sorry. changing this one here again to from 50 to 0. So it says here set 0 or blank to unlimited. Okay, did I make that change now or not? No. Yes. And that should normally have been. Now you got an asterisk here, so you can book as many people as you want. These numbers or asterisks, that can, again, that's user interface. Some clients have available, non-available, unlimited text fields. So that just depends on how you want to manage that displayed. Another scenario for scheduled products in the ski school is I'm not sure if you guys run programs, which is like, for example, every Monday for 3 weeks you have a training or a lesson scheduled.
Yeah.
Do you got programs like that?
Yep.
Yeah, so we call them event series, and if we look in the shopping cart again, or here, or quickly, if we go to multi-day lessons, in here, this, for example, is a 3-week lesson package. So it's from every Monday for 3 weeks, from 1 o'clock till 2 o'clock, or I'm not sure what time it is. So people can then select the series, and they say, okay, I want to start on March the 10th, and that's going to be for a beginner, for example. And if I look in my shopping cart, I'll remove the tubing to make it clear. I will see that I've got a multi-day lesson. It starts on the Tuesday the 10th at 9 o'clock, and the next one is Tuesday the 17th at 9, and then the next one is the 24th. When I book that, automatically it will have those events in RestPoint in the backend. Will have that booking made, and the person will be assigned to that booking. So that's mainly on also another example of scheduled product. Here you see I've got also an assign to, so I have to assign a person to that product. So I know it's going to be myself who is going to attend those 3 lessons when I continue with the purchase, and it will be registered. The other one, another example of that would be if we look at the school snow sport lessons. You might have group lessons and private lessons, I assume. I'm not sure if I set up any private lessons in this demo, but for example, group lessons, it works the same way as a tubing. So if I want to have an intermediate lesson, again, you can split this between snowboard, ski, alpine ski, experience XYZ ski. So that's how whatever client decides. So if I add that to the cart, again, I have my availability here set up in the calendar, and I can just pick and choose. Let me just continue with one. So Sunday the 1st of, I'm just going to delete that series. So I'm booking a snow sport lesson on the 1st of March, and I assign myself to it. And I'm just going to go quickly through this sales process. It's got nothing special to it in the user interface. You have the ability to add a promo code if you want one to discount the product price at this stage as well. Terms and conditions. We also have the ability to inject waivers. So if for certain products you need to sign a waiver electronically, we can do that as well. I'll give you an example of that later on as well. But if there is a product that requires a waiver, we can sign it off at this stage as well. So we read the terms and conditions. I just go to, here it is. This one has a waiver. So this product had to have a waiver, and I can agree to it. I can read the waiver. Obviously you can read the whole waiver, and I can select whether I'm a minor, over 18, and buying for myself or not. These these waivers signatures we store in our backend as well, or on the server, so we can always trace it back if there's any dispute of waivers that were signed. We have a date stamp on these signed off waivers. So if I continue next, this is just a payment processor. At the moment, this is a test one, but I just need to sure I've got a valid thing in here. So this is just a normal process. You select the product, select the flow of the product. Once payment is complete, you will have your receipt, which you will receive in an email as well. This barcode can be used at the point of sale to scan and then print the lift ticket, if it's a lift ticket, or anything else that needs to be printed off or finished off at a point of sale point of view. And I can start again with a new sale. If I want to have a look now at that sale in ResPoint, so in ResPoint I'll go in that schedule a bit further in detail as well later on, but we have also a guest tab here, and this is our kind of CRM, as you would call it, or some people might call it. So I can find myself in here, or any guest, and this is where you can find anything back of that person, their season passes, their transactions, their product that's linked to them, if they have an account, their account details, associations, whether they have other family members or work colleagues, contact details, email, username, emergency contact, anything that you want to add here, you can add to the person. What I want to find back here is for that person transaction. So we just did a transaction here, which is the latest one. It was for the 1st of March. And I can find that back here in the details that I have had a booking for a ski school group lesson intermediate on the 1st of March, and I can see my payment is here as well, and I paid on the 23rd of February. So this is the view of a transaction linked to a client or a customer, and that's where you can review the details of it. We can go from, instead of going from the guest, we can go from the reservations point of view as well. So if we go back to our bookings, and I go to the have a look where the this is a bit convoluted because we got lots of products in this demo database here, but
sure.
What I'm looking for, group lessons, wasn't it? So there should be in here, group lessons. So group lessons. Okay. So I would see here my group lessons. It was for the 1st of March, so let me put it on 1 week. I want to see the whole schedule here. It was the 1st of March. Oops, here we go. 1st of and here it was intermediate. When I hover over it, and there's also color coding like you would see here in this one here. It's got a red line and someone's got green lines, so it's got strike through, diagonal lines. We can put different formats on different statuses of that reservation, when it's almost running out of spaces, whether it's overbooked, underbooked, all these kind of colors or statuses. We can change the look and feel of that little box, so you can see from straight away looking at it, wow, what the status is of that. But in here on my intermediate, I can right click on that and view my manifest, and I can see who's booked in there, and I can see that I have booked in there. So if you would have a whole class there before the class starts, you can look at the view manifest, and there's supposed to be a manifest report, but it's not set up here. But there's a manifest report you can print for your instructor to give, and he knows who has been booked in that lesson, and he can tick him off of them. Also, you can add a person or a booking straight away from here. You don't have to go online or through the point of sale. This would be the operator screen to make a reservation. Like if you would be an operator in a ski school, you would have that to make your booking, and you can say, okay, I'm going to make an intermediate. Normally these times should be already set, but this demo hasn't set the default times. What I've done is not right. I don't want to do this. I want to delete this. Yeah. So what I want to make is I want to make a reservation on it. Let's say I want to put another person on it. I can find that person if it exists. If it doesn't exist, I can create it, and I can say, yeah, he's going to be on the group lesson. He's going to be a first-time skier. Okay, and save. And because it's an association, it chooses whether I want to be myself or not. And now I can see the booking here of Luca as well on that screen. You see that he hasn't got any payment linked to it, so your operator can then click on pay, which will open this point of sale application, and then you can make a payment transaction, and then the payment will be done as well. And you'll see here now the intermediate has got reserved 2 in there with 1 unpaid. So this is kind of basically the basic setup of our reservation system from a ski school point of view and events point of view. The setup of your schedule is pretty straightforward. You can also manage your schedule of your instructors in there if you wish to. I'm not sure if you plan to do that, but I've got an instructor here, which I can say, okay, I want to see all my instructors, and then I can say, when Jennifer, she's going to be available today, and that person, or next day she might be sick or doing a lesson or etc. So it depends on how you manage your instructors as well, whether you go from the paradigm of if it's not booked anything in, it means it's available, or you can go from the paradigm where it has to be available in order to book something in it. So it depends on how you want to set it up.
Okay.
But then you can print this off as well. There is an online web application as well that where a instructor can log into. They can see their schedule for the week or for a particular day. So if they're at home and they want to see what's ahead for them for this week, they can log in and see their schedule. And same thing, there's also a online application where you can see the ski school, or for that matter any events that you can see in ResPoint, you can see from an online point of view as well. So there's let's say an admin view of the ResPoint reservations and events that you can see from a web application from home or another computer if you don't have availability to ResPoint. So that's kind of the 3 sections of normal ticket sales, season pass, which is assignment products, and then scheduled products, which have got a ResPoint reservation linked to it. Now the other section where you kind of have a bit more interest in is the lodging and the reservation for accommodation.
Yeah.
We do have a lodging here as well, and which you can see here. It has a bit of a look which normal lodging sites have as well. This is in ResPoint, and here you can handle either a reservation on a type of accommodation, like a room type, or the room itself. So I'm not sure how you take your reservations and when you make your allocations to the rooms, whether it's the day before or if somebody requests a room itself. You do it at that point in time. From an online point of view, you've got the choice as well. We have some clients that have only a limited number of rooms and not a high availability of rooms, so they tend to present the rooms on its own as a bookable item.
Yep.
While other clients which have a more, like if you got 20 junior rooms and 20 suites and 20 master suites, then you might just book it on the type, and then the backend office will allocate it the day before, on the day itself, when the allocation needs to happen.
Right.
So we both can do that as well.
Is there a, sorry to interrupt, is there a, is there a limit to how many different rooms and how many different types of rooms you could theoretically put into this before it overloads the system, or there's no limit?
No, there's no limit. So the way this is set up, we call them ResNode and ResNode types, but that's just terminology. But we can create any of them, as many as we want. So if you compare the view here, we've got tent cabins, and we got ResNode tent cabins here, and you can have cabin 1, 2, 3. I can add as many as tents with it as I want. They can have some attributes as well that you can assign to it. So this is unlimited. Just a matter of how easy to manage it. 701 view. We can filter it as well based on a room type. So if I want to see only 10 cabins, that's just more from a management point of view. If you want to manage your single rooms first, or single rooms at a certain point in time, you just click on the filter and you see what you want to see. Mm-hmm. So the number of types here, the types, if I want to add another type, press it, whatever. I can add another type in there, and I can add another room of that type in there as well. So this is unlimited to what you want to create. You can create a different, like here we got mountain view king bed and mountain view queen bed. It is a matter of the way you want to operate. That's the way you can set it up. From the online point of view, because it's the same reservation engine, anything that you do in the back office replicates to the e-commerce, and you will see the availability, whether it's there or not, straight away. Just to showcase this, I'll swap to another demo/client, which is a ski resort here. They got a couple of rooms. They haven't really named their rooms significantly, but it's their name. They want to use it. But again, they have certain room types and a name of the room itself. They operate on a room by room basis, so I can book on the room itself. But I'll show you the interface on that. Again, it's a user chosen interface. The interface can change to whatever needs to be. It's more from a functionality point of view. This is kind of the view that they kind of have that matches their other website. But this shows their room types. And you can see here, for example, on Monday the 2nd, it's not available. And if we look at our rest point, yes, Monday the 2nd, it's sold out because my 3 rooms are taking. If I, for example, would make a booking in the back office through RestPoint, I would say I'm going to put myself, I'm very popular today, so I'm going to book myself a room on this, folder degree phone sales. Okay, so I've made my booking now on that room. If I would go back to the website, it should normally give me a little bit of a black cross there as well, or grey cross there as well. So again, it reflects straight away to the e-commerce side of things. And the other way around as well, if I would book this room, for example, and I go through the whole process. Oops, the wrong one. This one will be sold out as well. The difference between booking on a room type and the room itself, at this moment this site is configured for the room type. If I make a booking, let's say on the 3-bedroom, and I go quickly on the, let's say, an easy date, the first one here. So the first, second, well, let's say the weekend here, Saturday and Sunday. And I go through the booking. Again, the flow of what happens behind after that depends on what information you guys need to capture for the reservation. Here they just want to have the occupants. That particular room has got 2 additional cost kind of slots that they want to put extra beds in, and that incurs an additional cost for that. So that's what they wanted. I'll go through the process here again. It's going to ask me for my name to find it. I'm just quickly going to go through this process. Want me here and next. So again, this process of capturing data, that depends on what you identify what needs to be captured. I'm just going to go through the sale here. And it's going to go to the payment processor. Oh no, that's the wrong one. It's a different payment processor, so they got different test accounts. Submit. So this transaction goes through. I get my receipt. I can print my receipt. It's now storing the reservation in the database. Again, this is a reservation made on the room type. And in order to see that back in ResPoint, so here's the reservation receipt. If I see it back in ResPoint and I refresh my view, you see here the green bars appearing on the 3-bedroom on the Saturday and Sunday. If I hover over it, I can see one unallocated. Because I book on the room, I book on the room type. I don't see anything appearing on the room itself.
Yeah.
But when I double click on that, I can then allocate. You will see all the bookings that are made on the room type. You can't exceed unless you configure that room type to be overbooked, which you can. But you can then say, okay, I'm going to allocate room number 7 for this booking, and allocate, close. So now my booking happens on room number 7. If I want to change changes, I can just copy. Yes, I want to cut this and I want to put it on this one. Now it's on room number 6.
Nice.
Quick question: is there an automated allocation process as well if you have a lot of rooms?
Good question. I'll have to verify that. I don't know the answer on that one. If there is an automated process, if there is no requirement set from the buyer or the customer, I don't see a reason why it can't be, whether we have the functionality in there or not. But functionally point of view, there shouldn't be any problem in having set that requirement.
Okay.
But I'll verify that.
Yeah, that would be good. Thank you.
Automated room allocation. Cool. So, in case I'll showcase that quickly. If you bear with me, I just go to here and I'm just gonna change the setting. So here it is, room type. So now I change the setting on the site to go to instead of having a site that works on room type, now I have a site that works on a room by room basis. So here you can see all my rooms. It's not by type, and you can see which room that you want to pick. So here the end user or the client, the customer, can pick and choose which room they want to have. And again, if there are certain business rules that you want to put on that place, you can can say, I don't want to have any single days selected, etc., etc. So that's business rules versus functional rules type of thing.
Yeah.
But I can make a booking now for the bed number, room number 4 for bed 3 for the three bedroom room. It's a bit strange names that they have, but and if I go straight ahead, okay, it's for 2 people here, and I go through the process again of the sale. Find me, yes, next, and I go, yeah, conditions, yes. No, can't hold it. Doesn't matter what that is. So now I made a booking straight onto the room itself instead of the room type. And in REST-Point, once this is finished here, right now, in REST-Point, if I refresh my view, I got my booking straight away on here, and I clicked something different as well. Close. Yeah. Come on. So this is kind of, it doesn't want to close. Yeah. So this is kind of basically the basic evaluation system. Both bookings and lodging, they have the same engine behind it. It just has got different functionality, different menus, different feel.
Yeah.
When it's lodging, you can see you got a bit of filter. You got, for example, if somebody comes to the reception, you want to find the person on his last name or first name, you just can say, okay, I'll talk about my name, and I can see the plausible people that might have can see the booking date and can select, and I'll find my transaction bank. Again, the view edit booking is the same view as a normal reservation booking, where you will see the guest details and their booking of what they have booked on that particular transaction.
Obviously, there's a record of you need to be logged in to change any of this stuff in the back end, and so there's a record of who has changed bookings, etc., etc.
Yes, we have and that's again up to your discretion how far and how deep you want to audit things. But we have an audit trail that we can enable on any of our applications, whether it's REST-Point, SalesPoint. We have other applications, Treasury as well, which is more of the accounting side of things. And all of the other applications can be enabled for audit trails. So you can find back by application, by operator, or by date who has modified, changed, even if it's just a setting that they added or something like that.
Okay.
We can have certain things like that as well. But basically, that's kind of a brief overview of the reservations side of things. There's probably obviously more to it. You can have additional attributes to an activity or a reservation, which is, do you want to have a cot in there? Do you want to have bed and breakfast, which might have an additional product linked to it? The big question would be how you handle your reservations from an online point of view, and what the intent is that you want to provide your customers as a product choice online. So whether you want to offer lodging or accommodation, or if the aim is going to be all combination of the other products as well. That's probably where the big question might be. And I'm saying that because you've seen the different flows of products selections and what they require in order to book a snow lesson and etc.
Mm-hmm.
So if you, for example, want to offer a ski lesson and stay package, you can see that there is, for the end user online, it might require a bit of attention that they need to go through, because they need to select the date of the lesson or the time of the lesson. They need to select the date of the booking, or how many days of the booking, etc. So that kind of flow, that's kind of where the difficulty comes in place. So I'm not sure what you guys are intending to do long term or medium term in that aspect.
There's something to think about.
Yeah. All right. So, is there any other questions or anything else that you want to see from?
Well, yeah, I've got a couple of questions. How, like, so along the same lines of what you're just talking about there. So, if I wanted to add a new product, if I wanted to add a new studio, for example, Studio 4A, is that something that we need to ask you to do, or is that something that we can do ourselves? Or?
No, from a logging point of view, it's pretty easy, and I'll check that out with you. I'll show it to you. So if I would, for example, Studio, I'm going to have 4A, and I'll tell you the reason behind it, what's different to lodging versus the other products.
Yeah.
But let me think. Okay, Studio, I can add Studio, add a node, and it's going to be Studio, was it 4A? Was it?
Yeah.
That way. So now I've got 4A. If I go to this site and go back to new purchase, now I hope it works. And is it in there? It's not in here. It might be because they have. I've got a certain limits of filters on the site that they requested. They say I want to only have these ones. I'll just quickly flip the. Go to the settings here. So
Is this a
I'm just
reservation
going
zone?
quickly.
I see you haven't talked about F&B.
And also, it might be because I'm still in the same session as well. You guys would be working by room type or by room itself?
I think we're probably working off of room type to start with, and
Okay.
then just allocating to rooms ourselves in the background.
Okay, let me put a room type in here. And the node. I'm just gonna pick one. No, I'm not gonna pick one. Sorry, I just have to. It's all set up that you can do it from rest point here. You just have to add these ones as well, which is your product link that you put here. So it's going to be type X.
Right.
Okay, and I've got a add here, which is going to be a product, and I'm linking my product because you're linking a product to a reservation.
Sure.
Sorry, I'm just gonna have to go through this. Apartments, just gonna be studio rate, for example. I'm gonna add another one to bedroom rate. 3-bedroom rate. So this shows you can do it yourself. Description here, rate. Probably not the right one, but and now I'm going to add that room in here. Add a node, room 1. Filter this one, room text. Add one. Home. Okay, close. it's not there yet. Might have gone wrong somewhere in the setup, but through the setup here, res nodes and activities, I might have forgotten something where.
Right. Yeah. Sorry to rush you there, but it seems
right.
like it's possible,
But
right?
you, from a lodging point of view, yes, you can. The reason why lodging is that